Rusty Sudoku stream. I am Rusty. I'm in a bit of a rush. I'm trying to get this puzzle loaded up here before the bottom of the hour. Because if I get past the bottom of the hour, I get to do 50 seconds or so. Well, I may go straight to a minute instead of the 40 seconds that I committed to because I'm late. And late not just in getting the puzzle started for solving it, but also in getting it posted. I try to post these shortly after I post the results of the previous day's puzzle. But after posting last night, or the results last night, still ran into problems. All right, let's see if this is valid. It is not valid, so I got something wrong. It should be a 7. See if that was it. It was. So 40 seconds. Which is not to say that yesterday was not productive. I think it was. I got most of the synthesizer finished putting together. I've got one piece yet that I'm waiting on coming from Australia. So we will see how that goes. And so on. Hey, 50 seconds. All right. So we'll get a 1 here. One of these two is a 1. I've got 3 possibilities there. 2 here, though. So this becomes a 1. Down here, we've got this being a 1, so that's not, that is. All right, 2s. We've got a 2 here. This is blocked in 2 different directions, so I've got 4 possible 2s there, 4 possible 2s here, 3 possible 2s here, 4 here. Here I've got 3, and everything's open here. Here I've got 3 as well. All right, 3s. We've got a 3 here and here. That makes this a 3. That makes this a 3. I've got a 3 coming in here. One of these two is a 3. I've got 3 possibilities there, and one of these two is a 3, limiting this one to this one. All right, on to 4s. We've got a 4 here. One of these two is a 4. Nope, nope, not a 4. Now these two is a 4. I missed there was a 4 there. All right. Here we've got 3 possibilities for 4. We get a 4 here, though, so we're down to 2 possibilities here, not 3. Here we've got 2 possibilities. We've got 2 possibilities for a 4 here. And at the moment, I'm still showing 4 possibilities here. So let's come back to this and start looking at the moment for a 5. One of these two, this one's going to be a 5. That means one of these two is a 5. Down here, we've got 3 possibilities. Up here, we've got 3 possibilities. Here, we've got 2 possibilities. And that means I've got 2 possibilities down here. And all that's left is figuring out which of these 5 is a potential 5, which these 3 is potential 5, is the actual 5. Hey, that's no longer a possible 1, so that's the 1. All right, that makes this one, nope, I've still got two possibilities for 4, but I do only have one possibility for a 5 now, which means this is a 5. And that means one of these two is a 5 now, with one of these two being a 5. And this one is blocked, so this is a 5, this is not. One of these two, one of these two, and one of these 3. All right, 6s. We've got a 6 here. This 6 is blocking this one as well, so these 3 are blocked, and I've got 3 possibilities. Got a 6 here and here, which means this is a 6, not a 5. That means one of these two is a 6, so that's not a... Oh, nope, that is not. So that was narrowed into that being, or that point in 2 different directions. All right. One of these two is a 6, which means this is a 6, this is a 6. Now we can drop these two as potential 5s. And that makes this a 5, not a 5 here. All right. 2 possible 6s here. 2 there. And that looks like it for 6s. I've got 6s on all the squares. So 7 here and here. And this one is going to be a 7. One of these two is a 7. We've got a 7 here and here, so that's a 7. That means that's a 7. No, it doesn't. I've got a 7 here with this one here. One of these two is a 7. And one of these two is a 7. All right, 8s. We got an 8 here. Nothing really otherwise helping narrow that down. 2 possible 8s here. Looks like that's an 8. One of these two will be an 8. I get that to be an 8. That means one of these two is an 8. And at the moment I've got 3 possible 8s here. 3 possible 8s here, but I've got a single 8 here. That makes this an 8, which means this is an 8. And that makes this an 8, not an 8 here, not an 8 here, that's an 8. And 8s are solved. 9s. This becomes a 9 because of the blockage here. This becomes a 9. One of these two is a 9, so that's not a 7. That's a 7. Looks like this is going to be a 6. Yep. So 4, 9 pair. That makes this a 2. This is no longer a 6. That's going to be a... Could it be a 9? Looks like it could be. Nope. This one gets to be a 9 down here, because this can't be a 9 because of this. This becomes a 9. That becomes a 4. This becomes a 4, so not a 4 there. That's a 4. That becomes a 6. Up here we get a 2. This becomes a 9 and a 4 here. This becomes a 9. And here we end up with a 2. This becomes a 3. Not a 3, 5. And 2 here are possibilities. This becomes a 2, not a 2, or 3, a 2. This is a 4. And what do we get now? So one of these two is a 7, except this can't be a 7, so that's a 7. That makes that not a 7. 7 here, 5 here, 2 here, 5 here, 2 here, and I believe that's a 2 there. Oh, we've got a 3 over here to finish popping it. Hey, 8 minutes and 40 seconds. And this was a medium puzzle, which usually takes longer than 8 minutes for me to solve. But hey, you watching today apparently helped. I wish you well. We will talk with you again soon.